This is a narration of someone's near-death experience. The words and the feelings, experiences, and intentions connected to them are not my own. I remove all energy associated with these words from both myself and those who listen. The main purpose of this retelling is informative. So be it. It was about 55 years ago, and I was around 6 years old. I was eating dinner with my older brother, age 12, and my mother. I swallowed a piece of meat which was unfortunately attached by a sinew to another one still in my mouth, and swallowing the first piece caused the second one to block my windpipe. I could not breathe, and according to my brother, I turned blue. Suddenly I was observing the event from a corner of the room near the ceiling. I could see me lying on the floor and my brother and mother watching helplessly. Beside me, in my corner near the ceiling, I sensed a being. I did not know who this being was, but it seemed to me that he was a spiritual, quote unquote, big brother that I had known since forever. Together we watched the events occurring below as though it was all pre-planned. I knew that we would just wait a bit until things changed somehow, and then we would know when it was the right time, which would be when I would go back to my body. There was absolutely no fear, no concern at all. We knew exactly how this would play out. I don't know how to say it. Something like, "It's so obvious how this will turn out," was what we were both thinking. Suddenly I was back in my body, and I found that I had brought back with me the knowledge that I needed to swallow the second piece of meat in order to keep from suffocating. That's the end of the experience, and I'll just pull, for bonus, I'll pull out one question that I thought had an interesting answer. Did you encounter or become aware of any deceased or alive beings? Yes, there was a being beside me. I could not specifically identify the being, but I felt I had known this being for a very long time. There was a tacit agreement between us that this was a temporary planned event. And it said, "Did scenes from your past come back to you?" Answer: my past flashed before me out of my control. Question: did scenes from the future come to you? Answer: scenes from the world's future. And the last thing I'll pull out here is there anything else that you would like to add about your experience? Answer: at my young age, I thought that this experience was nothing unusual, and I just accepted it and forgot about it. What I did not realize was that my whole perception of the world had shifted to one which was different from that of most other people. I never clued into this until I started reading the various NDEs on this and other sites. Reading all the other experiences suddenly brought my own experience into sharp focus. It helped explain for me some of the difficulties I have had over the years, and it has helped me to accept me for who I am. Many thanks to all the experiencers who have shared, and to the owners of this site for these insights. The end. And I like to just add my 3 cents here. I like to think it's maybe 3 cents, not 2 cents. But I love reading about NDEs. I like the traditional, quote unquote, traditional ones. I like the very weird ones. The last one I posted here is still in my mind. Like, it really just rocked my head, my mind, everything. It's just, there's some things about it that I really didn't agree with, but again, everybody has a very distinctly unique experience. I like this one because it's short and I can quickly make a video. But I also like this one because I myself had an out-of-body experience as a child, which I also kind of, thought was normal and pushed in the back of my mind until, the last couple of years. I said, wait a minute, that's not really quote unquote normal. So there's a part of us, i.e. the soul or the spirit, that things that some things are normal that we here, given how we are, raised and what we're taught, do not think is normal. And I think that's why it was very easy for a lot of the people who have had these experiences to be labeled insane, and many of them spent a good amount of time in asylums because they, said too much to the wrong people, But I'm glad that these are becoming more mainstream and people understand that we are not just this body. In fact, we are, this body is not us at all, it's just our vehicle. I like the idea that he considered this spirit a big brother. And I love the idea that this event, which as small as it seemed, it was very quick, he didn't really see a light or tunnel or go anywhere, helped him to see or to understand everything about the universe, which is what he said in the afterward. And also, he realized that it was going to play out a certain way and it was all pre-planned. So it was almost like this event was pre-planned just to help him switch up or have an idea or an understanding that, there's more to this life than what he sees and can experience with his five senses, and help him to, walk a different path than he might have if he never had this experience. So that's just my 3 cents, and I hope you enjoyed. God bless.